Welcome back. You're still locked in at your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and you know how much we love our sports, and especially when we get to play our favorite athletes on the console. And this morning, Gareth Woods joins us to review the latest NBA game released, and it's NBA2K21. Gareth Woods, how are you doing this morning, brother?
Always good. Thanks for having me.
I'm excited about this one, of course. Now, you reviewed 2K20, and I know you were quite pleased with it, but does 2K21 hit the same high note with you?
Yeah, I mean, short question, short answer. Yes, it's difficult always with these annual games to kind of show how much they step change every year. And so it was encouraging to see a game that's got such a huge following go, hey, you know, we want to be as inclusive as possible and add so many features to help new players. And so with 21, it maybe doesn't do as much to like step change the game, because I mean, let's be honest, we've been having basketball games for, you know, over 20 years now. There's a lot of more customization options that to help new players kind of slowly integrate into the game.
Yeah, man, look, you mentioned that this game is growing in its following, and I see so many people playing it. And also, I'm hearing questions about different methods of shooting, different styles of playing the game. And there's always these annual release sporting games. You can expect minor changes, but what is new in 2K21?
The UI looks fresh and, you know, it's kind of like slightly feature-proofed and all that. Obviously, new rosters, but I think the two big kind of like changes, they've changed the shooting mechanics, so it's no longer using the right sticks in the same way. It used to be kind of you flick back and you flick forward. They're using those right sticks more to be able to do tricks. So the shooting mechanics are a little bit different. So if you played 2K 2017, it will be familiar, but if you played only the most recent ones, you might struggle at first like I did, but after a while you kind of get the hang of it. It's like any of these things. They throw something new at you, it's all like awkward at first, and the next thing you don't know how you did without it. And the other big change is they've added a lot of the kind of like signature moves of some of the players. So, I mean, I won't pretend to know the names, but, you know, it's like you play as, you know, Kevin Garnett and, you know, be able to do his specific kind of signature move, which is quite cool and adds a lot to the realism factor and the immersion of the games.
Oh, wow. It sounds so exciting. Now, listen, the last NBA game we'll see is this one, and it's going to be on PS4 consoles. It's the last one that they get. But what stands out for you in this game, and what can they improve on in the entire franchise as a whole?
Yeah, it's always difficult when games reach the kind of end of the console, because it's not the end of this console's life cycle, if you know what I mean. They've said, for example, that Xbox and Sony will support the console for another 3 years. So it's not technically the last release on these consoles, but I suppose it's the last one before we definitively get one on the PS5 and Xbox Series X. But the one thing you always notice with games that come out towards the end of the life cycle, they really just max out on the graphics. So all the games we've seen in 2020 have just been phenomenal. I look at games like The Last of Us and now like NBA 2K21. The graphics are just phenomenal. I think the one thing that we will definitely see when we move into the new consoles is just load times disappearing. For example, startup times of consoles being a minute at the moment to being like 4 seconds on the new consoles. So I'm very excited for that, because that is one of the bugbears, you know, when you play a game like FIFA. If it weren't for the good music during the menus, you'd be sitting there, you know, twiddling your thumbs for 1 or 2 minutes. So very excited for that. But yeah, that's around the corner. 10th of November, we get our new consoles. So very excited for that.
Oh, well, I can imagine everybody's frothing to play this game and learning how to get the new finesse involved. But Gareth, thank you so much for the review this morning. It was an absolute pleasure, and it's so exciting to hear what's coming.
Yes, thank you.
Well, guys, let us know what you think on our social media pages. Of course, that's expressoshow.com or Facebook or Instagram, and use that hashtag Expresso Show. And let us know, does it stand out within the franchise? Yeah, we would love to know indeed.